Hello everybody and welcome to this tutorial. Will be the final one in the series of SSL strip, so let's wrap it up. Anyway, I'm going to ARP spoof basically twice. I will convince the router that I am Windows 8.1 machine, and I will also convince the Windows 8.1 machine that I am the router as well. Now, this is the case that I have a virtual machine here, but it doesn't really matter. It would work just the same with pretty much any other device that is connected to this particular wireless network. The procedure is exactly the same. There are literally no differences of whatsoever. Anyway, this is the default gateway, meaning that is my router, and this is the IP address of my Windows machine. I know what it is now, but I've showed you. You can use nmap to see the live hosts on the network, and you can use -o argument to perform operating system detection, and you can see which sort of devices are on the network. Anyway, let's go ahead and issue this command. And later on I have one more thing to show you with IP tables. I've been struggling around with that, didn't want to work for a while for some strange reason, but then I really figured out what it was. Let me just see, what did I actually type in here? There is a command that you need to run. You need to open up a port manually in the IP tables, and that would be port 8080. Okay, so router is first here. Excellent. And Windows 8.1 machine is first here. Excellent. So now I am effectively ARP spoofing, performing the ARP spoofing action. I need to do it twice, and I guarantee you it's going to be effective this way. But here's what I wanted to show you. Here's what I've been struggling with. The thing that I've been having problems with. The port on my machine from which I'm performing the attack, port 8080, was not open. It was not, even though an application was listening, it was not permitted by the IP tables to receive any sort of traffic on it. And that presented a pretty big problem, because now my ARP poisoning effectively DOSed a wireless network. By poisoning the ARP, I have effectively rendered the host that I am messing around with, not the host, the victim machine that I'm messing around with, connectionless. It could no longer function properly. It could no longer interact with that Wi-Fi in a proper way, and it no longer had an exit point onto the internet. So what I did was manually correct the problem. I typed in IP tables -I for insert in the chain input. Yep, there we go, and I'm gonna insert to the first position, because it's very important with these rules, the positions themselves. The Linux will start interpreting the rules from the first to the last. If they contradict each other or something like that, the first one in the order will take precedence always. So yeah, input 1, and I need a protocol. It's going to be TCP -D port. This is a shortcut, and the D port will be 8080, the one that we've specified. You can also specify different ports here depending on what you specified on the redirect rule. So you can use pretty much any port there as well that is not being used for anything else. Anyway, let's just go ahead and type in D port there, -J space accept. And this is the command which you need to run for IP tables as well, in order to open up this port here so that the SSL strip could be listening. I'm not going to do it now because I already have it. Let me just show it to you. IP tables -L input. Oh, what do you know? It's not actually there. No problems. I'll just I'll do it again. IP tables. I must have resetted it. I must have performed a reset quite recently, but doesn't really matter. I can just do it really fast. Input -1 for protocol TCP -D port 8080, and what do I need next? I need -J accept. Excellent, there we go. Now I can do the listing, and there we go. Yep, Here we go. Target accept TCP, any this source anywhere, destination anywhere. Destination port says here web cache, but it's 8080. Anyway, let's just go ahead and clear the screen. Now I need to type in SSL strip dash L, lowercase l, space port 8080. Now keep in mind that any changes that you make in this fashion to the IP tables, to the firewall, are not permanent. The first reset of the firewall, or the first reset of the machine as well, will pretty much restore the default settings. They are not permanent changes. So I must have resetted it or something like that, resetted the service itself, the firewall service, and I, I've lost the rule. But it doesn't really matter. Let me just go ahead and start the SSL strip and listen on port 8080. Press enter, and there we go. It is now effectively listening. Now, I'm not going to monitor this because this is going to show a ton of some sort of information anyway that I'm not going to be that interested in. What I want is to type in tail-f SSL strip.log. Press enter. Tail-f will provide a live feed of any changes done to this file, and SSL strip, pretty much whatever passwords or usernames it manages to grab, it puts into this log file, and I want to monitor it. I want to see when things pop there. Let's go over to my virtual machine, Windows 8.1. I have it right here. I will move it like this. Let me just rearrange this a little bit. Forget about it. Let's just leave it as it is, because I do need some space here so you guys can all see what is going on. Anyway, let's just go ahead and open up Firefox, and I'm gonna open Internet Explorer as well. I will show you the difference between the two. Some of the things will work on Internet Explorer, while some of the things will not, while those same things will not work on Firefox, primarily because they have different safeguards in place. And I'm not usually overly critical of Microsoft because they've done a wonderful job with the security in Windows 8, but they've done a terrible job with design there. However, Internet Explorer still remains one of the most vulnerable browsers out there. I do not understand why. So there we go. The tail, is this the tailing part? Yes, this is actually the tailing part. You can see what sort of information is being passed here. This is kind of difficult to read, and it doesn't really make that much sense. I mean, I couldn't read this. Maybe I could, but only portions of it, and it would take me a very long time to figure out what all of it actually means and represents. But you are only looking for certain types of fields that have very specific names. So let's go over to Google. I'm wondering, will it actually open Google? And let's see. Surely enough, it actually opens it up. So Google search engine actually works with this. Let's try Gmail. Will it be able to open up Gmail? And yes, it will, but it will be encrypted. Let's see, will I manage to take the credentials? I'm gonna say fake sign in. Okay, it says incorrect, but since I am still going over the encrypted protocols, this is not gonna work. Okay, no problems. Let's give it a shot here. Gmail. And let's see if this is gonna work on Internet Explorer. Yes, it will, because immediately here you see the letters are a bit small in the browser, but let me just go back to the beginning. Immediately here you see that it's HTTP protocol, and let's see if this is gonna catch it. So fake sign in, and there we go. It actually did catch it. So it says, let me just expand this a little bit. YouTube and email. Okay, so the username is actually email, which is correct. So email equals fake, you see it here, and password equals fake. So surprisingly enough, it doesn't work over Firefox, and usually if it doesn't work with Firefox, it's not going to work with Chrome, but there is always a chance, a slight chance, that with Explorer, it does work. And let me tell you this, 30% of the world's population still uses Internet Explorer. Out of that 30%, a good amount of them does not perform regular updates. And even better, the vast majority of that 30% are actually people in the corporate world, in the companies where you have a computer from the company and you are forced to use certain programs, certain browsers, and operate under certain settings. And those are usually the kind of targets that pen testers go for when they get the permission to do something of a kind, which is fantastic, primarily because they are using Internet Explorer as it is extremely vulnerable. So let's just try a few more pages and see how this works out. Let's see if we can get to Facebook. Okay, I'm gonna try Facebook on Explorer and I'm gonna try Facebook on Firefox. So Facebook. I didn't install the Chrome here because pretty much the same rules apply with Firefox. They're state-of-the-art browsers. And you see, it doesn't work with Facebook. I mean, I'm not even going to try because I might as well try since I'm here. It's still HTTPS, but down here with the Explorer, it's HTTP and you'll be able to take it. So let's try, let's give it a shot. Why not? Facebook, Facebook. And surely enough, I should have it here somewhere. Let me just see. It's fairly difficult to see. Okay, so I just had it. I had it. There we go. So email equals Facebook and pass equals Facebook. Excellent. So over Internet Explorer, I have managed to steal the credentials. Let's go ahead and see whether I'm going to be able to do it with Firefox. No, but let's try anyway. So Facebook, Facebook. No, nope. This is definitely not gonna work. Let's just try it one more time. I am inclined. Uh, what am I gonna type in here? Stone. Stone. 1, 2, 3. Log in. Nothing has changed here, so it didn't actually manage to capture it. There was no stripping of this S, and the traffic unfortunately is still encrypted here. So we can't actually use Facebook for that, but let's try some different sites. Let's try PayPal. So that's one of the most common sites to get attacked, to receive attacks. So PayPal. Okay, so here, and I'm gonna try with Explorer as well. PayPal. What? No, I don't want Bing. I want PayPal. Amazing. Amazing. Why are you doing this to me? PayPal. Nobody uses Bing. I do not wish to use it. On PayPal. Will it open? Well, what do you know? It actually does, and it's running under HTTP protocol, which means username and password is in clear text, which is fantastic. And I do believe that I have this version of Windows updated to the max. Do I? Yep, there are no notifications regarding updates, so it is updated to the final version along with the Internet Explorer. And let's see if it actually works on Firefox. Purely doubt it, but I'm gonna give it a shot anyway because I like trying things out. No, no, it doesn't actually. There's an S there, and this will not work. So I'm not. Well, I might as well. I always say that I'm not, but I'm just always curious and inquisitive, and I just have to give it a shot. So let's try Firefox, PayPal, and PayPal. Will it give me anything? No, it will not. Let's see Explorer, PayPal. log in. Yep, there we go. It's definitely somewhere in here. If I can, yep, there we go. So email, PayPal, password, PayPal. Okay, so let's go over to some less protected sites. Let's just give it a shot. I'm gonna go over to linux.org. Wait, not linux.org. Give me. Oh, come on. Linux questions.org. This is a fantastic website to get pretty much any answers out there. And let's just do the same here. So Linux questions.org. Let's go over to the official site, and no, this is in clear text anyway. But anyway, yeah, they don't really need to add any extra security there, because I don't know, nobody's gonna steal these passwords. There's no money here. This is purely for educational purposes, and people trade knowledge here. But anyway, it is a good site to actually visit. If you have any problems, you can ask people there pretty much anything related to Linux, and more often than not, you will find people willing to help you out. Anyway, I hope I've given you a few clear demonstrations of what you can do here. And just in case that you're thinking that you cannot do anything with Firefox or Chrome, well, you're badly mistaken, primarily because yes, you can. Chrome and Firefox are both susceptible to SSL strip, but not on all sites. It won't work, for example, on PayPal, it won't work on Google, it won't work on Facebook, but as you have seen on Explorer, it will work on pretty much anything. So if you're lucky enough that your victim is using Internet Explorer and you have a 30% chance that they are, which is, they're not bad odds at all, you will be able to pretty much steal all the credentials. Especially important with the rise of the Windows Phone, who also uses Internet Explorer. However, Firefox and Chrome will be vulnerable if people try to log in into some less secure sites somewhere else that are also functioning under HTTPS protocol, where DS gets stripped, the SSL encryption. However, there are no extra safeguards, and you can actually steal the login credentials there. And as I said before, people usually tend to recycle them and reuse them, so you have a very good chance that they are the same. In any case, I bid you all farewell. I hope that you have enjoyed this tutorial, and with this I will conclude this chapter. And of course, I really do hope to see you in the next tutorial, but until then, I urge you to experiment on your own, of course, within the limits of the law. Anyway, I hope to see you next time.